Hi, thanks for joining me. It can be so frustrating when you really want something to go your way and it's not going your way. And if you're a very empathetic person and you have an ability to read the energy of somebody else, or you really, really feel connected to somebody else, it's even that connection that you can't even explain. It's like really, really deep. And the other person is not responding to you in the same way. And it becomes more and more frustrating because things are just not going the way you want them to go. It's kind of like when you're very, very connected to your higher self and you feel the energy of others, and you say you meet somebody and you really feel like this instant connection with them, and it's such a deep connection, and you really do, you feel like you want to know them more, and you want to have a relationship with them. There is something that's kind of drawing you in to have a relationship with that person. Now, your ego mind may be trying to work out what it is that you want from that person. Maybe you're thinking, I'm going to get love from that person, or that's the person for me. That's the one I have to journey with. And you're not looking at it like, I'm feeling this attraction and getting drawn into them because there is something I'm going to learn about myself through that interaction. And I know guides do this to me, as they do this to everybody. They allow you to go into a situation, and it's not going to, they know it's not going to work out. It could be 3-4 years that you're in this person's life, and your guides know it's not going to work out, but they won't tell you that at the beginning because you need to go through this to learn something. If a guide said to you, like if you got a message from your loved ones or your guides, or even your higher self, if you got a message that said, if you travel down this path for the next 3 years with this person in your life, at the end of it, you're going to feel hurt and disappointed, but you're going to learn so much about yourself. If you were given that warning, would you still go down that path? Or so are you somebody that's very, very stubborn, and you'd go, okay, so my guides warned me that if I go down this path after 3 years, it's gonna, that person's gonna walk out of my life, but I'm gonna get a lot of lessons. Do I believe that? Do I not trust that? Do I trust that? Or do I think, no, I don't believe that, I'm just gonna go and do it anyway because that's what I want to do. Right now, I'm choosing that path, and that's the path I'm going to take. I'm not going to listen to anybody. Or do you listen to your guides and say, okay, I don't want that lesson. I won't go and do it. I'll just stop the communication with them right now. Like, it depends on each particular person. And how can we learn things if we don't actually go through it? You could read something or you could watch somebody else's situation, but unless you have lived it, felt it, processed it, you don't understand it. You have to go through a lesson to get it. And I think, see, what happens with, I was talking to somebody the other day because they really had a strong connection with another person, and they wanted to form a relationship with this other person, but the other person wasn't interested back. And their problem was, because they were such an intuitive person, and they knew that there was a journey that should happen, but the other person was not connected to their higher self. The other person wasn't connected to the energy and couldn't see it. So this person's sitting over here going, we're meant to be together and I can feel it. And this person over here is going, totally ignoring their instinct, totally ignoring everything and not coming towards this person. Now this person is getting frustrated because they can see the potential. They can see ahead and go, look, if we get together, we could have an amazing life. I could share this part of me with you, and you could share this part of me with, that part of you with me. And so they're getting more and more frustrated because it's not happening. And this person over here is totally oblivious to anything this one's thinking about. And they're just getting on with their life. I found when you're in that situation where you really want somebody, you want a relationship to work out, you can't figure out why they are not drawn to you like you are drawn to them. Something that has helped me in the past is to reverse the roles. So I start thinking, what if there was somebody that really wanted to be in my life? They could see such potential from their perspective. They felt if they were in my life or I was in their life, they would be able to teach me, they would be able to support me, they would be able to love me. And they really, really wanted me to be in their life. But what if I was not feeling that attraction back to them? I didn't feel any kind of energetic connection whatsoever. So I was totally ignoring them. And I was just getting on with my life, and I was not at all wanting to go in their direction. How are they feeling about me? How are they frustrated because I won't come to them? Are they frustrated because I won't suddenly listen to my instinct and realize that they're the love of my life? Are they doing that to me and I'm totally ignoring it? So see how it can go. So what if there is someone that wants to be in your life, or they have in the past wanted to be in your life, and you rejected them? Did they feel abandoned by you? And now you're in a situation where you really want somebody to be in your life and they are rejecting you, and now you feel abandoned by them. It can be felt both ways. You can feel like the person that's been abandoned and rejected, or you can be the person that's doing the rejecting and the abandonment of somebody else. And although it does not change a situation, when you reverse those roles, it can help you see that what you are doing is you're always trying to follow a path that is going to make you feel happy. You're going to try and do what you want. So you want that other person, they're not coming to you. If you didn't want another person, you made the decision not to go into their life. It's always about you and what you want. And when you don't get what you want, that is when you feel frustrated and disappointed. And then you feel lost because you thought that's what I want. You think that is what you want, and it's not unfolding for you the way that you want it to. And your ego is hurt. Yes, your ego is hurt. And that is perfectly normal. If we weren't meant to feel hurt, there would be no such thing as a hurt emotion. If we weren't meant to feel that rejection, that wouldn't even exist if we weren't meant to feel it. We are meant to feel every emotion. And what we're not meant to do is label them as good and bad emotions. We just say they are an emotion, and my body is reacting totally normal to what I'm going through. I am feeling, if you're feeling rejected, then say, I am feeling rejected and I don't like that feeling. And then what are you going to do about it? I think just by saying to yourself, it's okay, I'm feeling rejected, I'm acknowledging I'm feeling rejected, I can deal with it, I can handle it. I don't like the feeling, but I can handle it. Because what if I have done the same thing to somebody else? What if I have rejected somebody else and they are feeling that exact same thing that I'm feeling at the moment? I've been the cause of them thinking that way, just like someone else is being the cause right now of the way I'm thinking. And, it does not always fix things, but when you acknowledge things, it allows you to go deeper within to just understand yourself more and understand what you're feeling at this particular time. And it just helps with the healing process. And you always need time. If you've come out of a relationship and you're feeling like you don't know who you are, give yourself the time to find yourself again. Because when we are in a relationship with somebody, our energies are always melding together. They're meshed together, and you pick up their energy, they pick up your energy. When they are no longer in your life and you have separated, your energy changes because you're not around that anymore. And then you have to find who you are. You have to, get back into your own energy. Because if you move straight from one relationship and straight into another one, you've gone from a certain energy field into another energy field, and then you're trying to cope with that one without ever discovering in between who you are. So I just thought I would talk to you today in case there's someone out there that's in that situation where you really want something to happen with another person and it's not happening for you, and you're feeling rejected and you're feeling abandoned. And those kind of feelings also can come from when you're a child. If you ever, even if you just what if your parents worked, both your parents worked, and you came home from school and you were on your own, you had to come to the house on your own. As a young child, did that ever feel as though no one was there to care for you, or you were just left to fend for yourself at a young age? Was that a feeling of abandonment from back then? Did you go to speak to your parents at some stage and no one wanted to listen to you? Did one of your parents walk out of your life and make you feel like you're not important enough for them to have wanted to stay around? And if you're holding on to those emotions from when you were a child and feeling that abandonment, of course it's going to surface again when you find yourself in a relationship and the other person decides they don't want you. Your immediate feeling would be reverting back to that little child again, saying, they don't think I'm worth hanging around for. And that will then affect your own self-worth, because you just think, I'm not worthy enough for people to want to hang around. It keeps happening in my life. As a child, people were abandoning me, and they're still doing it in adulthood. So I mustn't be somebody that's worth hanging around for. And that's the start, the narrative that will start to happen in the mind. And that is simply not true. Those people cannot see what you can offer them. And there is somebody out there that is going to appreciate you. There's always someone out there. You just haven't found that right person. And do you really want to be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't appreciate you on that level? By going into a relationship with somebody that doesn't see your worth, are you then abandoning yourself? You're abandoning your own worth and saying, well, they'll do. They're the only person out there that wants me at the moment. They'll do. And they're not treating you the way you want to be treated. So it's probably more important to find your own worth and to really feel comfortable with yourself and love who you are. And then anybody that comes into your life is going to feel that respect you have for yourself and feel that worth you have for yourself. And they will want to stick around. So just a little topic to have a think about, and just to help you get through it and understand it a bit more. Turn the situation around and see where you have rejected somebody else in the past or walked away from somebody and you've left someone else feeling the same feelings that you may be going through right now. So I hope talking about things and just listening helps you if you've got a heavy heart at the moment, and I understand what you're going through, and a lot of people will understand what you're going through, because even though we all have different circumstances in life, we all feel the exact same emotions. We were born with the same kind of emotional experiences, and we all know what a feeling of rejection is. We all know what a feeling of abandonment is. We all know so many different feelings. We just have different circumstances, but we all know what it feels like. So thank you again for listening to me, and I hope you enjoy your day.